Hey horror fans, and welcome back to Morbidly Beautiful here on YouTube. I'm your host, Nightmare Maven, giving you your weekly horror news headlines. So let's get into it. The first bit of news is some kind of unfortunate release date news, but not surprising. Originally set to release on July 26th, Brahms The Boy 2 has now been pushed back to a December release. This is unsurprising with Child's Play having just come out and Annabelle Comes Home out this weekend. Frankly, I really don't blame anyone for not wanting to overload audiences with scary doll films. Whatever the case may be for the pushback, Brahms The Boy 2 is set to release in theaters on December 6th. The horror community was shook when Blumhouse released an upcoming remake of the cult classic film The Craft. Zoe Lister-Jones is set to direct, and for a while that's all we knew about the project. But it seems as though a lead has been cast. Haley Spaney from Pacific Rim Uprising and Bad Times at the El Royale is in talks to star as the lead, Hannah. Also quite recently, a casting call has been put out for a transgender Latina to play Lourdes, another lead role in the film. Honestly, that last bit of news is quite exciting. I was, nervous about the remake as I love The Craft, but now, dare I say, I'm kind of excited? I know it's only June, but I already have some Halloween Horror Nights news for you. Anyone who has been to Halloween Horror Nights knows that Universal tends to kill it with the design, not only for their movie-inspired mazes, but their original ones as well. We just got news that Halloween Horror Nights Orlando will have their guests facing off against a Yeti in the maze, Yeti Terror of the Yukon, which, as you might imagine, is going to get chilly. Anticipate more Halloween Horror Nights news as we get closer and closer to spooky season. Many of you James Wan fans may have recently wandered outside of the horror genre to see his DC superhero movie Aquaman. Before the 2022 sequel, apparently we will have a spin-off called The Trench, which will focus on the terrifying monsters from the Trench sequence in Aquaman. Wan says the script details are still being worked out, but will, quote, play more as a monster movie than as a superhero movie. I, for one, am particularly stoked about that, especially if James Wan is at the helm. So that is all the headlines I have for you this week. Let me know what you thought about them in the comment section down below, and let me know about some news stories that I didn't cover in this episode. As always, social links for Morbidly Beautiful are in the description, so make sure you follow us to stay up to date on all things horror, and I will see you guys next week with another horror news update. Until then, stay strange. Bye!